Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 1 of AuRoaring Radio, the Auroraelis podcast. I am joined by me and Ebyssa and Divie Yucca. Let's go.
Hello.
Hi.
Yippee, episode 1. All right, before we start, should we do a little bit of intros, starting with Divie? A little bit about yourself? Yeah.
Hello, I'm Divie Yucca, and I am an anaprihe, and I'm a little cuckoo and sometimes chill, and that's me.
Yeah, let's go. All right, Ebyssa.
Okay, I can go next. I'm Ebyssa. I'm a chill vibe, a little sussy. Mostly here just to have fun. Yeah.
I love them. All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Leysa Sintra. I am a variety VTuber streamer on Twitch. I am a gamer, but I suck. But yeah, I'm here to yap.
I feel like you're better at games than I am.
I'm really not. You guys are like underestimating how good you are at games. Like Rena's literally plat at League. I swear. Diamond,
I've been Emerald before.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I could never. I think my highest was like silver. Not a gamer. But anyways, hello everyone. Welcome. Today we're going to be talking about VTubing for our first episode of our podcast because we just thought it was fitting for today. Considering we are the V. Yeah, we are the V of the tubas. We do be. But yeah. So to start off, why don't we yap a little about why or our respective reasons for becoming a VTuber. If you guys have any. Honestly, I can start off. Me personally, oh god. I think honestly speaking, you guys know that I've started off content creation being a face cam, right? So I wasn't even a VTuber in the first place. I was a flesh tuber, but that's just because all the streamers I watched were face cam streamers. I didn't even know about VTubing until much later on. I think like when was it? I want to say like a year plus into streaming, I found out about VTubers because I watched like Lily Pichu, and then Lily would collab with other VTubers. And I'm like, wait, they use like anime avatars instead of showing their face. And then every time I streamed, I just kept thinking about like every time I got ready, like I would, guys, mind you, before a stream when I was a face cam streamer, I would take 2 hours to pick out an outfit, do my hair, and put on makeup before stream because I had my camera on. Then the entire time I'd get ready, I would just be thinking about those VTubers like they can just click go live. They don't have to do any
Were
of
you
this.
ever late to your streams more that way?
Yeah, so like I want to say
sometimes like you be taking your time as a VTuber. Like I can only imagine.
Yeah, no, like
not them calling you out for taking your time.
No, 100%. I'd be taking my sweet time. Like I want to say, there's been like so many times where, like, I would take so long to get ready that my actual stream time would like cut in half because I would just like pretend like I would have to go to work after, right? So I would have to get ready and then stream and then go to work after. But if I was VTubing, I could just click go live and stream for 4 hours instead of 2. Because like the getting ready time. So every time I got ready, I was just thinking about those VTubers that could just click go live. And then every time I stream, like as a face cam streamer, I was just thinking, I'm like, this could be so much easier if I didn't show my VTubers. Those VTubers, man. And then here I am, and I do not regret it one bit. Listen, sometimes VTube Studio turning it on is a bit of a hassle.
I agree.
But
a lot of work.
It's a lot less work than putting on a full face of makeup, I'll tell you.
Can I say though, the reason why I wanted to say something was because that's how I actually started out. I started out originally I was a PNG, and then I was like, I'll do my face. So I started face camming, and then I was watching a lot of videos of like people who are like really big in the like streaming sphere. and they were talking about how like kind of like the dangers of like them being so popular and stuff like that. And how people try to like, you know, if they see them on the street and then they like fucking stalk them to their house.
Oh god.
And so like that like actually scared me to the point that I was like, I don't know if I want to do my face anymore. And I would actually take the time, and like you, I would, oh my God, I would stream so late than what initially I had planned, because I was doing makeup. I would put an outfit on, then not like it, and then take another outfit. Dude, my bed would be like a mess of a whole bunch of outfits, which I don't even know why, because all I had was black, so they all looked the same to me. But anyway, and so I was watching. I went to Twitch, and when I started doing Twitch is when like going on Twitch as a viewer, is when I started seeing like a lot of people doing VTubing. Like they're like a little anime character that's so cute. And I thought it was going to be like a lot of like, oh, I have to get a lot of equipment. I have to get all this stuff. And I didn't have the PC at the time. When I would stream, I only used my phone.
Wow.
That's how I streamed. Dude,
oh my god.
My arm would be burning.
Just your phone? Like, you didn't have a PC like at all?
At the time, no. When I first started, because it was during the panorama,
Wait, so what were you streaming?
I would use my phone, and you can connect on your phone with Twitch. You would just hit the live, and I would live stream my art.
Oh, I see. Like you would just have the camera facing yourself while you did art?
I mean, I did do my PC like the first time. I did still do my face. I played a horror game. I did have the clip, but I erased it, so there's nowhere to be found. You can't find me.
No evidence.
Yeah, there's no evidence. But I did have when I first got my PC, I did still use my face, my real face. And then when I found out, oh, duh, Divie, you can just do your own art for the VTuber.
Yeah.
And I just kind of went from there, like slowly but surely became VTuber. But I just
now you're forgetting about your art skills. Like I could just draw myself.
Dude, I actually did. I forgot. I was like,
That's
crazy. Wait, I'm dumb. Because I was like, I saw that it was like thousands of dollars to like get like rigging and art, and I'm like,
yeah, no, I getcha. Let's go. Yeah, Rena, what was your starting point like?
I'm a little different than y'all. I didn't start out as a face cam streamer.
Oh god.
You
didn't have that intro.
No, but I have a different intro. I was playing Roblox.
Stop.
I'm being real. I'm being honest. Okay, so I was playing Roblox because I was a chronic Roblox player from the ages like 7 to 20 something. Just to play, just not as much.
Abby makes it feel like they're the baby.
Baby.
I am the youngest by a day.
By a day.
But there's a guy, and I kept telling him, I'm like, I really want to stream. Like, I'm tired of playing like Roblox and Black Desert. Like, I just want to stream. And I was like, but I don't want to be a face cam streamer because I don't want stalkers like Pokey or any of these other face cam streamers that I watch. Like, like I know I'll be successful, but I don't want stalkers.
Not that I'll know I'll be successful. Get it? I guess.
I'm too hot. But
so true.
He was like, you should be a VTuber, and I was like, what the fuck is that? And he was like, it's just like anime people like on the screen. Like, have you watched anime? I'm like, yeah, I love anime. Like, you already know that. We were literally just watching Bleach. So, I started looking into being like a VTuber. But when I first started streaming, my first month of streaming, I was a faceless streamer. No model, no nothing. Streaming Valorant every day.
Oh my god.
Then I bought a cheap Fiverr model for like $125. It was bad. It was bad. It was horrible.
Bad.
It could only blink and open its mouth. Like, there was no smiling and like making cute faces. There was no blushing.
It makes me think of my PNG right now.
There was no blushing. There was no hard eyes. There was no like angry face if I wanted to. Like none of that. So that was my intro to VTubing. Is I was playing Roblox with a friend, and we started talking about it, and then he was like, "You should be a VTuber," and I was like, "Okay."
Oh my god. Crazy.
But my inspirations are the same as yours. Like I like Lily Pichu and them. Love them. Quarter Jade. Oh, love.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think what's so funny is that like I didn't see Lily Pichu until after I already started.
Oh really?
Yeah, I was already doing the VTubing, and
Yeah.
I saw a lot of controversy with the whole Lily because of course
Oh.
everybody was like, we already know what you look like. It's kind of unfair.
Yeah, you were
And like
talking
they
about
were
when OTD
literally
started doing it, right?
yeah, and like I thought it was really
Yeah.
interesting. Okay, the reason why I bring this up is because I think that it's very interesting how the two of you like I think started around the same time when it came to VTubing, whereas I started I think like a year early. And it's very interesting how my perception or the way I saw things compared to what you guys are saying, like with like, and I'm bringing Lily up. So like with Lily, for me, because I was already in like I guess the VTube space or trying to be, I saw a lot of controversy of people like kind of like dogging on Lily because it was like, oh well, like we already know what you look like and it's not fair and you should be leaving it to people, you know, like they were literally trying to basically say that they shouldn't be in the VTubing space.
Yeah, that's back in the VTubing like
when it
atmosphere
first
was
started
really
out.
strict about like
Yeah.
you don't show yourself like at all. It's kind of changed today's age.
I mean, you still have some controversy, but I do agree that it has changed a lot. And I know that like people, I think, already kind of let it go. And Lily occasionally puts, I think, the VTuber on. But I always thought it was very interesting because I started after, and like from my point of view with Lily, I felt so bad because like they were really like just dogging on them, and I'm like, it really doesn't matter. Like,
yeah, so many people honestly do mix now, like face cam and VTubing. I know there's like a bunch of big VTubers actually who do mixed. And I know some of their fans feel some type of way about it because half of them are like, my immersion.
See, the immersion doesn't bother me as much as like safety. Like,
yeah,
that's my issue is like, you're gonna die. No, don't do it.
Another thing that kind of pushed me into VTubing was I think I was watching like a Jacksepticeye video before, right?
Oh,
and he was kind of talking about how like he would like order like food delivery, right? And he would open the door and then the guy would be like, hey, you're Jacksepticeye, right? Like at his front door. And he would be like, like, I love you guys, but also like this is not like an open space for me to meet fans. It's like at my front door, you know what I mean? And that's like not really the kind of situation I'd ever want to be in.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know.
That's why I always leave it at my door. But then they be taking things with them. Like my napkins. Last week.
Start going in a tangent about delivery.
That'll be another episode.
Food delivery.
I didn't really watch a lot of like Lily Pichu when she started doing her VTubing stuff. I do remember though seeing like Lily and Pokey and Scar kind of get a little bit of like pushback, especially Pokey, because like I don't think she went with like a very traditional VTuber artist. Like her VTube style was not the same as like Lily's and Scar's.
Yeah, I think it was like more stylized, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I think it was more like it looked like somebody made like a 1-to-1 of her, but in a like kind of artsy way.
I see. Yeah, it's not like really a terms of like new expression. It's just
there
her
wasn't like a
kind of
character.
deal.
It was just her.
Interesting.
I do also wanna kind of segue into this one topic because I was looking at it. So talking about like new things and skills, like having to learn, I definitely will say that when I started getting into VTubing, Live was my like inspiration. I actually didn't get into them as much as I kind of wish I did, but the one person who did art was where I learned about VTubing, and in turn they would watch and they were like talking about Live because the EN, when I started, the EN was coming out, the first EN, which was what, 21, 22 or 20, 21, somewhere in there. I'm sorry, I choked on my saliva.
I think it was 20 because I started 21 and they were already established.
Yeah. And so Hollow Live was kind of like what got me to understand that honestly I should be able to do more than one thing as far as like skills. And so like to go on that second topic of like things I learned, I like realized, okay, I want to start practicing, like, even though it's not great and it's not professional, but like, you know, like my voice and like singing and stuff. And I'm like looking at, okay, who fits, like, based off of VTubers that I'm looking at, who really fits like my type of personality. And like I would watch them and like be like, okay, how can I take that and like put it in my own spin? Hence like my goofiness. So like I learned like a lot of things that I wanted to do so that I don't have to stick into one place. I only did art when I first started out, and I realized that like I didn't really get very far.
Yeah.
Sorry for my long tangent.
No, you're fine.
No, you're good. You're good.
Me and Lay were looking at each other. I started laughing. No, I agree with you. And you gave me a flashback. I remember, I think I had only been streaming for 2 months, and Hololive had auditions.
Oh, wait, for the English? For the English?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it was like a scam audition or not. I don't know.
Scam?
Like, when I would look it up, I didn't see it like anywhere, but I still auditioned.
I see.
I think it was. Shoot. I don't know. But I auditioned in 2021. You had to do a song cover, and the song cover that I did was "Last Cup of Coffee."
Oh my god!
By Lily Peach.
I love that song. It's so good.
And I remember they were like, because you made me think of it when it was like, oh, like, you know, watching Hololive, it made me learn that like I need more than just one skill set. Like I need to have multiple things that I'm good at.
Yeah.
Not me. I was, because I didn't watch any VTubers at the time. I didn't even know who Iron Mouse was. Like my stream got so mad. The only VTuber I knew that existed was Bao, and I thought I didn't even know that she was like a person, because I saw her in a box video of him making like Bao AI for his like League of Legends game. And I thought Bao was like this AI VTuber that Box made. And he was just making money off of her.
That's crazy.
I thought she's a robot.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, I auditioned for Hololive, and I think like on one of the questions it was like, what do you bring that's different? And I was like, I'm dying from my heart.
Oh, God.
I think you won't have anyone more determined to do well in this field than me, because I have a time limit.
Yeah. Oh,
I need to get shit done.
Oh, Jesus. Oh my god.
I'll show my V2 boba. I don't give a shit. I'm dying.
Oh god.
But it was also awkward because like it was like what makes you like, what character do you have right now and what would make you unique to our roster? I think it was one of the questions was like, what do you bring different to our group that we don't already have? And I was like, well, fuck, I'm a demon empress, and like there's Mori. Like I don't think I could really like give something different if Mori's already in the aspects. I was just like, I will change my persona to whatever you need it to be. You want me to be like a slutty nun? I got you. You want me to be like a frog VTuber with a long ass tongue? I got you.
Oh yeah.
I think somebody else wants you to be a frog VTuber.
Tom Kench, yo.
But you gave me flashbacks to that, and I was like, oh my god, who was I? I really thought I could audition in 2 months of experience. Because when it asks, it's like, what's your experience? How long?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I feel that.
Yeah, I don't know. I felt like when I saw them, like they could sing, they could play games, and then like they have like extra a bit like skills. Like Mori, like theirs is like they genuinely go into making their own music and covers. Like that's like literally where they hone their skills in. And so like I think it's like it told me that like, okay, granted, I do love art, but I was only ever streaming art just so much that I felt like, to me, it was kind of boring. And I wasn't getting anywhere. Like I would maybe get like 1 to 2 follows, and then that's it. Like it wouldn't move, or it would go down because I wasn't doing anything but art. I wouldn't even play games because I was afraid that my PC was gonna freaking break. It was gonna cook.
Oh God. Felt.
And so like I ended up, as my VTubing life up until today, I still look at VTubers and feel like I'm like, okay, what can I also do like that's different? Like I'm looking at VTubers who also just kind of do outside of the box that isn't video games, that isn't art either, or singing either. And so yeah, like I don't know, I just thought about that when you're talking about other skills and stuff. So I'm like, what kind of skills do I have?
Yeah. No, I get that too. I feel like when I got into VTubing, I felt like when I first started, I could just like, you know, hit the go live button and I'll see success kind of deal, right? But like there's just like so much other things like honing skills and like kind of like being more self-sufficient than people think it is. Like
well,
like
I feel like it was so easy to press go live back then.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Now I have all these thoughts in my head like, oh, am I doing something different than the others?
Yeah, always trying to like upgrade yourself, upgrade your content, etc. Because like when I first started, like you guys know, I studied graphic design in college, right? I thought I'd never touch that ever again. And then as soon as I got into VTubing, I'm like, well, I guess I'm gonna let me go back into my notes and see how to edit videos real quick because apparently I need it. Yeah.
Not you being like, oh, it's actually useful.
Oh God! Hey, listen, I was not gonna get a job in this sector in the first place, so I threw that shit in the back of my head. No, but yeah, like tapping back into video editing and like making graphics and doing basic thumbnails for like not only myself but friends as well. After getting back into it, I'm like, oh my god, there's so many things I need to learn. And I see all these other VTubers making covers and albums and all this crazy shit. I'm like, oh shit, I need to keep going too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, and I feel like a big skill set that I don't think I've learned is like confidence. I feel like in this field, like you need some kind of delulu and confidence.
Yeah.
Me, I got that knocked down, the delulu part.
I don't like the whole singing part. Like frustrates me because I was talking to someone today about it, and I was like, I feel like I'm a like really realistic person when I think about things, and like I've listened to myself sing before. I hate it. I hate it. And my little brother, I would drive him to school, and I'd be, you know, singing my songs as I'm driving us to school, and he'd be like, "Sis, you sound really good. Like you should join choir." And I was like, why would you set your sister up to get bullied? Why do you want me to do that? Do you want me to bomb my social life?
Oh God!
And he was like, no, I'm being honest. I'm like, no, I've already so some hidden lore.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you guys remember One Direction?
Yeah.
I used to upload videos of me as a kid covering their songs.
Link?
When I was like 14 to like 16. And people from my school, I used to have a YouTube page too. Yeah. And I had this friend, and we would like make like talk shows like Ellen DeGeneres or Oprah
oh my
God, this is great.
Or like Wendy Williams. We would do that of our school, and we would talk about certain kids in our class.
Wait, no way. That's so funny.
So, kids would watch my YouTube channel at school to see what I was uploading. And they would I would upload me singing, and they'd be like, "Oh my God, you did such a good job! Like, you sound so cute." But then, like, I found it like a year or two later because I got in trouble for it. I had to take the account down, but I found the videos. And I was listening back to them like, these bitches gaslit me.
Oh my
There's no way.
Oh God. No, I'm sure you sounded great.
But yeah, no, that like fucks with my head now because like I'm like, I don't want to sing. I know how bad I am.
Oh Jesus, it's been years, Ebby. I believe.
It's okay, we'll auto-tune you when you sing. It's fine.
Auto-tune. Oh God.
I think I can already do that.
Oh Jesus.
I think does this auto-tune me?
Wait, do it?
Does that not change anything for you?
No, you sound the same. Oh, what was that? What is happening?
We're unhinged, guys.
But
spooky.
Yeah, I think confidence is a skill set that's also really important that I feel like mentioning like, you know, like you're talking about all those other VTubers and seeing them upload and sing and make all these projects.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, I do too, but I need the Delulu.
But I think you mentioning that is a good thing because I feel like we have to be confident just to stream, period, because I know like when people first start out, and we've all been there, where you know, we're not trying to look at our views, and but at the beginning you can't help but not want to look. At least I know I did. And when there wasn't anybody there, I wouldn't talk. And then I started realizing the more I would talk, the more people would actually come in and be like, hi, and, you know, etc., and actually want the space. And I realized, oh, there are people looking, but they sometimes they don't want to talk. And then I realized I was one of those people who, whenever I was viewing, after a certain time, like, I don't want to talk. I just want to listen.
Yeah.
I want to go and do like other things. Like, I'd go wash dishes while I had like somebody like streaming. And so I realized like you kind of do have to have confidence, because if you don't have confidence in yourself, then like nobody's going to stick around, because like you're not really doing anything. Even if you fake it, like I won't lie, I faked it sometimes when I first started out. Like, let me tell you about how I art, even though I'm like, I'm not an artist. But I think that's like a good note to think about. Like, if anybody like wants to stream and VTube, just have confidence in yourself and what you're doing. It really goes a long way in building that community and stuff like that, and it makes it a lot more fun in your streams when you have like, I guess, like have fun with it and stuff like that. And it's easier to fake confidence when you have a VTuber in front instead of your actual face.
True.
Yeah.
True.
I still struggle with that though. If my chat's not being active, I'm like, okay, focus on my game. Dude,
I do too. And that's why like the high pitched voice I like originally created, because I get so nervous. I get shy champ and I'd be like, hi. Like, that was my shy voice. And then like now I just kind of, it just stuck with me. So now it's like, oh, it's not shy. It's just that's just now me. But I sometimes would kind of get like, you know, in my head about it and stuff like that too.
Yeah, I get that.
But I also was thinking like, I guess it kind of goes hand in hand with like the struggles of like being a VTuber and stuff like that, especially like when you're indie. Like, God, there's so many struggles. I thought about it, I was like, gosh, there's so many struggles.
There do be like being a VTuber without like having a team or like any kind of management or like an agency backing you is a lot harder than people think it is. I swear.
Oh my God, yeah.
Like it really is hard. Like doing everything yourself, basically creating your own stream schedule, how you want to run your streams, editing your own OBS to make it like the way you want it to be. You know, like audio adjusting, posting on multiple platforms, editing for yourself if you don't have an editor, you know. I know like there's a lot of indies that actually have managers, and I understand them now, because this is not easy, kind of planning everything yourself. Even like hitting the go live button is like just like a small percentage of what actually goes into creating content. So it's just y'all don't know, but your favorite creators be sweat champing behind the screen trying to pull strings to make things work.
Yeah. Well, thinking about managers, I actually was just talking to someone about that today.
Oh shoot.
Well, not like me getting a manager. Like, I have always had people trying to backseat me on how I do my content.
Same.
Like 2 years ago when I started popping off with like TikToks, because I got an editor for that. Don't have that editor anymore though, because he wanted feet pics from me. For him to be my editor.
I told you not to tell anybody.
He didn't even know each other. But like around that time, like everyone tried to tell me like, oh, like Ebby, you're being too lewd, or Ebby, don't do this, Ebby, do this. And it like started to get in my head, because I'm like, I don't know what to do for my content. Like, am I doing it wrong? Like, why do you guys keep correcting me so much? Like, there was one guy that would constantly be like, oh, if you're gonna make like a lewd joke, like make sure you cut it off before you actually say the lewd part, because it makes great like clips, because people can assume what you're gonna say. And I was like, but then I feel like I'm faking it because I'm like the moment doesn't feel genuine to me anymore because I'm already planning a step ahead to alternate this fake fabricated clip for TikTok.
Yeah.
And I was like, I like my clips being authentic. Like, I know that they can be lewd, but like at least the humor there is authentic and I'm not forcing something.
Yeah.
But then like every time I have someone come up to me that's like, oh, do you need a manager? Like I could help you manage. Like I'll be your manager. And it's always when I'm not asking for it, or like if I'm like, I get it if I'm talking negative about my content. I'm like, oh, I have a headache. Like I hate managing everything. Like I wish I could just had help. But it's never that. Like I'll just be chilling. Like they'll be like, yo, how are you? And I'm like, I'm good. I just got some like Chinese food, or I just got Mexican food, or I just got fucking nuggies. Because that's like the only things I eat. But and then they'll just randomly be like, yeah, so like, you know, I noticed that you do this with your content. Have you tried doing this? Do you want to do this? Could I help you with this? I'm like, no, thank you. I don't need help right now.
Yeah.
So now that I've gotten that out though, now I want one. I don't want one because of how all those people have treated me. So now I'm like, I don't want to let them think that I needed one.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
I think the idea of having a manager when you're indie would be nice because they could deal with a lot of like the business aspect and you just kind of pretty much can be the face. But I will say like from like the outside looking in, because I am a one-man show. From a lot of people that I know that have like editors and things like that, or like, you know, like they get that support and help. I think like what's really sad is to hear that like those who are helping them out think that they have like this I know it sounds really mean and I'm not trying to come across as mean, but they have like this right to tell their VTuber what to do and what not to do based off of like how they feel and what they think. And it's like that's so great and I do appreciate it, but like, you know, like I don't think that means that just because you are helping in your editing that like if I'm not asking for it that you should be giving it to me unless I'm genuinely asking for it. And again, I'm just looking from like the outside in a different perspective from what I hear.
I agree.
I feel like I felt that hard on the first part.
Yeah, being in the VTubing scene, it's like, you know, sometimes when you see your peers, you feel a need to help out. But honestly, unless they ask, I don't really say anything. You know, type of deal. Like I'm not like, hey, I see your content and I think you should do this, you know, like I don't really do that. Like I just like if they want help, they'll ask for it. But there's been so many times where I've just been doing my thing and then people are like, hey, if you actually want success, you should probably do this instead. And I'm like, how about you beep? No, but like, I don't know.
How'd you
exactly.
Well, I don't think they like, because in their head, like obviously they mean good intentions.
I don't
think they realize like how much you're negatively affecting me because now I'm double thinking what I'm doing. What I was doing is just fine until you opened your mouth. Yeah,
like now I feel like I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's also one of those things too. Like I think at least talking about just the three of us alone, we don't really give each other like advice like that unless one of us asks. And it's like in my head, it's like, okay, if we are very right, like if we who are very close to each other aren't doing that to each other, then why would I want somebody else who isn't even a friend? Like they're here to kind of necessarily work or do like some, you know, like editing and things like that. Tell me that stuff. And like Abby said, putting it in your head, and then now it's like that's all you think about when you're creating content, that it's not as fun anymore. In my opinion. Not you sipping. But I was saying also too, another struggle for me, and I'm bringing this up because it's very recent, is this notion with going with that confidence and trying to be open to like collabing. I know that like I have been so scared ever since I started VTubing to reach out and be like, hey, do you want to collab? And now that I finally have done it, I'm like, oh, what was the big deal for? Like if they don't respond, they don't respond. The worst thing they can do is say, oh no, thank you. Like I don't know you. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, fine. Like, you know what I mean? I think this idea of like, well, you have to have the same amount of numbers or big in order for you to just go out and reach. Honestly, I've been streaming with people who have way bigger numbers than me, and they haven't been a-holes at all. They've been genuinely nice people.
Yeah.
And I think that's like a struggle, is like when you don't have like a management or team to kind of be there to kind of do that heavy lifting for you, it kind of gets a little nerve-wracking to kind of be like, hey, do you want to stream? Because you have to essentially get yourself out there, and you have to be your own manager to be like, how am I going to get the follows? How am I going to get the like me to be able to get my name, quote unquote, on the map? And
True.
that is you being your own manager and being like, okay, I need to ask somebody like, hey, do you want to collab? You know, and hopes that you make a good friendship in between and things like that. But yeah, like I think that's also another struggle as well, of like just being a VTuber and being indie.
Yeah. Agreed. You really do be doing everything yourself.
Yeah. And it's so easy to stick in your circle, because for the longest time, especially since I've been with you guys, I like have been very scared to like stick outside of my bubble. The only time I've made friends is like if they're already friends with you guys, and I'm like, okay, if that's not gonna like really get me like to open up and be confident in myself as well as my streaming, and it's not letting me take myself seriously either. So yeah, I will say though, my goal of mine eventually is to be able to make merch and have people like be able to see somebody wearing merch of me. Like I don't necessarily like feel like being super well known, but I do want to be able to do that. And in order for me to do that, well, I gotta get my VTuber out there. I gotta get my face out there. I'm just watching you. You're so funny. For those of you that don't know,
not to take like a negative nosedive.
Yeah.
But like, so like the whole like why are people so worried about the numbers and all that jazz? For me, I think I've just been on the bad side of VTubing. That has always been like a factor with a lot of the people that I've been around. Especially 2 years ago, like and then there were the trends where like people would post like eventing posts about horrible collabs and like how they're only going to do collabs with people that are already established, or you have to hang out with them first. That I feel like for me, like I just became so hyper aware of like, okay, are my numbers good enough for this person? Because like I know some people like it does matter to, or do they know me enough to feel comfortable to want to collab with me? Gonna make a event post about me if I act a certain way in their collab, even like I'm nude, but they might not be nude.
Yeah.
Like I need to be more like Divie.
but can I say though, I am kind of glad that people can hear both sides of the story, because or like both sides of like that topic, because even though I haven't experienced it, you have, and people can kind of get the vibe of like, okay, I should still be cautious, but don't be afraid to still reach out or do things, you know what I mean? But still be wary and cautious. Like even though like I have like asked people like, would you like to collab, etc., I still try to tell myself, okay, make sure that I dial down. Like I remember like when I was collabing with Lay last week, like I was like, oh, I don't have to ask them what are things we don't say and don't do collab. Like this is my bitch. What are you talking about?
My bitch.
But like when I was collabing with others, like we would meet like an hour before, if not like 30 minutes before, and being like, okay, what is okay, like, and what's not okay to say and to do. And even then, if we didn't have the talk, I made sure that I was like, I doubled down on a lot of like my hyperness, so I wasn't overwhelming, and I would catch their vibe, and slowly but surely, like it worked. So like I'm still there's a part of me that's still cautious and making sure that I'm presentable, especially because I do look at myself as like, okay, you're the low numbered person, and you need to show that you could still be professional even though like you have the low numbers. So like I still think about it. I try to be less reserved about trying to open up to collabing and things like that.
Yeah. Because I was like being a smaller creator myself, there's always that fear of like asking someone who's like triple your size for a collab, and they're gonna point at you and be like, "Leech." I'm like, no, I swear, I just want to make friends.
Some of the bigger creators do them that. But, like, I feel like people just like to leech off of me. But that leads me into my little segue. I was gonna ask like, do you guys ever get like filled with anxiety so fucking bad when you like collab with those bigger creators? Because like, so God, does their audience like me? Am I performing well enough for their audience? Like, am I performing like at a professional level that they could see me being good at this? Like,
me when I collab with you. No, I'm joking. I swear. I swear, Your Honor.
A lot of my viewers go to your stream.
Yes, I'm purely yoking.
Yeah, if anything, I could call you the leech.
I'm a leech tuber.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
No, but yeah, I get that. It's one of the main reasons why I get like a little nervous to ask people for collabs, is because that has always been a thing within the community. Like for bigger versus smaller VTubers to collab, it's always just like a bigger VTuber collabs with a smaller one. They're like, "Ooh, pity party over here."
Well, yeah, okay, so that you give me a flashback again to one of the people that were trying to manage my content.
Oh God!
They would get on to me. Right? They would call me after my streams and tell me how well I did and things that I need to work on. Like unsolicited. And they told me like, Ebby, why do you keep collabing with these smaller VTubers that only have like 1 to 5 viewers? You're wasting your time. And I was like, what do you mean? And they're like, well, you see, I'm collabing with so and so. I don't want to name drop.
Yeah.
We both have around 60 to 90 viewers, so we mutually benefit off of each other, because maybe I'll be able to snatch some of his viewers and he might be able to snatch a few of mine. And so that would make me panic, because I'm like, okay, well, now people are judging me for collabing with smaller people, like, because they think I'm just letting people leech off of me, like so like that's always in my head too, like, okay, like, is some asshole gonna give me shit for this?
Yeah, no, I agree. I've always just been a collab with whoever, especially when I meet new people in the scene. Like, I don't mind as long as their vibes are cool. You know what I mean? But like, this is such like a, like, how do you even word it? It's like, you'll be judged regardless by your numbers. It's like whenever you collab, there's like a number hanging over your head when people check. It's so scary. It's like, man, why can't we just be friends, yo? Like, yeah.
Well, and I feel like I ended up on the side where like everyone's like a ruthless businessman. That's the side of VTubing I ended up on.
Yeah, no, I agree. Where everything has to have like a benefit to you, right?
Yeah, because it's even not recently worth your time. I was told like, oh, like, do your friends, like, do they stream often? If they don't, cut them out because they're wasting your time. You don't. What the fuck? And I was like, because they're like, I really truly believe you can be someone big and you can be successful, and I don't want like you to feel held back by the people that you hang out around. And like, I know that they mean good intentions, but to me, I'm like, I never want to let go of my friends to succeed. Why can't I like succeed while having friends? Why do I have to just make business friendships and only keep the business friendships?
Yeah. Because, like, I want to say, like, in the scene, it's, like, very hard to, like, because everyone wants to see, like, collabs and, like, any kind of interaction over social media as some kind of, like, business transaction, like, whether it be a follow or a reply. You know what I mean? And, like, it's really hard to tell when things are like actually genuine with another creator or VTuber, because it's just like, you know, we're like interacting with each other all the time. We do collabs, but like after that happens, we just never talk to each other. We never see each other. So it's like really hard to tell, like, if we only talk when we're live, is this friendship actually genuine or what?
Yeah,
like,
they also might feel like we are still friends, but for me, like,
welcome back.
We didn't even know you love, baby.
Yeah, that's good. Good. As smooth as butter.
But for me, like, so to play off of that, like, that's so true, because like I feel like there's some people that, like, you know, that's enough for them to keep a friendship with you, is just to be like going live with you, and then you're still best friends.
Yeah.
For me though, Div, I can hear you munching.
Yeah.
Which means it's being picked up.
Yeah. Hey everybody, I'm eating food, guys. If you didn't
That's
know, we're
crazy.
doing a mukbang.
Yeah, mukbang time.
But that's not enough for me. Like if we only go live when if we only go live to hang out, I'm gonna think we're not friends. I'm gonna be like, oh, you only want me for content.
No, I agree wholeheartedly. Yeah.
I also have thought about that. That's why when like I am like telling myself, okay, if we collab or if I reach out to collab, make sure like I'm active and friendly in the media that I have them on. So that I actually feel like I'm being a genuine friend. So that it's not like you said, it's just transactional, like, oh, we collab, okay, see you in the next collab, and then like that's it. So I do genuinely try to like respond, like when I do post, like, oh my god, no way, like I don't know, fart.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I do try. I try. I'm not saying that it's easy. But I do try to like interact with the people that I've either collabed with or I've asked to collab with. But again, I do like that we can have these two different conversations because I think people should be able to know both sides of the coin. Like, granted, is it how do you say? Is it okay to reach out? Yeah, it's okay. But at the same time, you should still pay attention and be cautious of like what you're doing and certain people and who are you asking, things like that. Like, make sure that like if somebody asks you or you ask them to collab, that like you've looked at like how do they stream? Is that a vibe that you already do or that you're going for? And I say that because I know that I heard Ebby talk about like sometimes people collab and then it's like, oh, this is weird because it's not like the vibe isn't there, and it's like, doing your research instead of just saying, oh yeah, let's collab, like, things like that as well. But I do like that we have the two different perspectives of the coin, and people should be able to know that there is two different sides of the VTubing sphere.
Agreed. Yeah, I don't know. Cause I tend to make friends like here and there in the VTubing scene. There hasn't really been a big boom in my friendships in the scene for a while now, but like picking up people here and there, it's really hard to call them friends when you only interact in like public spaces, you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe it's just a me thing. Like if I collab with you once and then I never hear from you again, it's like, oh, this is you are a acquaintance.
Yeah,
I don't know.
No, I agree. Like the one-off collabs, like we're not friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I'm only collabed with you once, so we're not friends.
A very blunt way of saying it, but
I don't
yes.
really do collabs on my stream. But I mean, I guess if I've only joined you one time on a collab, we're not friends.
Oh God. How many times have I collabed with Rena? One,
I mean,
two,
it is
I'm
true.
safe.
It is true.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Let me change that because there's a couple of people I have collabed with them like 4 or 5 times, but it's been big events and like I hate those collabs. Oh my God, I'm an event.
Do it.
I hate because I've collabed with a bunch of like partner like content creators. And every now and then there'll be these big events where a bunch of people get invited to, and it's a great time to social network. And I've even vented to this person, so I know if like they were to ever listen to this, they can't give me shit because I've told them my thoughts.
Yeah.
So, but my issue is like I go into those so like happy because I'm like, okay, realistically, I'm not gonna be able to like see my friend or this person probably throughout the whole collab because there's like 60 plus motherfuckers in this.
Holy
However,
moly.
if I can walk away with at least 3 friends or new connections, it's great.
Yeah.
Every like four collabs that I did with them, didn't walk away with more friends because these people would flock to clicks, and then those clicks would suck off the main person. And like,
God.
I remember
Jeez.
we were playing crab games, and I walked up to somebody and I was like, "Hi," and they're like, "Hi," and they turned away and ran away from me to go talk to someone else. And I was like, "Hey, girl," and I was like, "Oh, so you just don't want to talk to new people? Fuck you!"
Crazy.
And
That
it didn't
is
happen
crazy.
once. It happened twice.
Okay,
What
can
the
I say?
heck? Why even join
Go
the
ahead.
collab at that
Go
point?
ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, exactly. Like, why are you in this collab then if you're not wanting to meet new people? And I told
Yeah.
that person that, and they were like, "Dude, exactly. Like, I don't invite people to these collabs so they can just isolate people. Like, they should be open to making friends. Like, what the fuck? Like, he's like, next time, just tell me who it is, and I'll like make sure that they don't get invited." I'm like, dope. But after that second time, I left, and trying to, it hurts my feelings that nobody noticed that I left.
That's horrible.
Like both times, because it was 2 different streams I had ended up leaving because the same shit happened, and I was like, all right, the first 2 I like sat through it, endured it. I'm not doing it these next times, and so I left early both times. No one noticed I left. Nobody said shit.
What
And I was
the
like,
hell?
damn, I was just a number.
It's so fucked.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But
Damn.
I think that's why I like us. If people were to be like, what makes like you guys unique, like our group, I feel like we're genuine. Like every time
we're gonna be
every
real
time
with you.
yeah, like we don't hide away from like new people. As well as like we try to be our authentic self and see like instead of us trying to vibe with them, like when we're in a group, can they vibe with us and stuff like that? Like and that's what I think I like about us is that again, we're genuine. I see you guys like when you are collabing, whether they're already friends with you or they're new, you and your streams are always still your genuine self. And that's what I think makes us unique in that sort of way.
Yeah, well, also to build on that, I also think each one of us brings like a different kind of personality and character to the venue. If there's at least one of us that you click with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you don't click with at least one of us, babe, you might need to get your personality in check.
We be
There's
covering
no way.
everything.
There's no way.
Yeah.
These checks you out.
True.
Agreed.
If Iron Mouse is ever looking for a friend, I'm here. Connect with me.
So I know we talked about like auditioning for HoloLives and other agencies earlier, but what has your guys' experience been with applying for other VTuber groups and agencies until now? Has it been like positive, negative?
I've only had one negative experience. We all know that experience. It's mostly been positive for me, only because when I applied to something, if I'm being honest, and I don't know if this will take us down a loophole, a whirlwind of things to talk about, but when I audition for something, I don't feel the need to like get involved in your Discord or get involved with the community members.
No,
Because if
I
you're not
agree.
picking me, why am I spending this time getting invested into this community that you're kind of trying to build up with all the auditioners?
Yeah.
Because 9 times out of 10, most of us are dipping if you don't select us.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
What did I do? I spent all this time for nothing.
Yeah.
I'd rather just audition, keep it pushing on my end with my content and what I'm doing. And then if you like me and you check me out, you see that I'm still pushing it and I'm not spending time in somewhere that is going to contribute to nothing. Because if you don't select me and I put a hold on like doing my content stuff because I was trying to be more active in your community to be like, look at me, and you don't pick me, it was for a waste.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think I actually have any negative as well because, to be honest, the only one that like I really invested in was the one that we all met at.
Yeah.
And like Ebby saying, like I didn't join. If they did have a Discord, I don't know. I didn't join it because the one that I met you guys in was my first one. So after that, I kind of just like told myself, okay, here's probably what I want to stay away from, and maybe what I'll do is just audition and see where that goes. I didn't want to invest like I did with that one, just based off of like the experience that I had. And I think it kind of sucks because that was technically my first experience. So I'm basing a lot of like auditions moving forward like that experience. And I guess I would rather like make sure that I don't want to say the name. I'd rather that like we can still talk about, like, I would love for us to talk about the experience so that people
the company
understand.
that shall not be named.
Yeah.
Like Voldemort.
I want people to know what you're looking forward to or what could happen when auditioning and stuff like that. And that's why like I think it would be great to talk about it. Because like I said, it was my first time and I wish it wasn't, because had I known, I probably wouldn't be so distant now to auditions, because I auditioned I think for like a few others after or in between. And then once that stuff happened, I just stopped completely. Like, I was like, I'm not even gonna look at auditions. I don't care. I don't want to be
I can give you some good news. I will say I'm so sorry that was your first experience. I didn't even know. All my other experiences have been good. Now, granted, that was the only one that I really dove in and joined their VCs.
Me too.
But this is starting to unlock a core memory for me when I first started VTubing before this model. And there was this group that I was going to join. I think it was a like an Indonesia like indie group.
Ooh.
I don't even know why I was looking at that. I live nowhere near that. And I don't speak like the languages that they would want me to speak. But they were gonna let me join. The reason why I didn't join though was they wanted me to give them access to my bank.
What?
Oh, so to be able to pay you, no?
Yeah, so they could deposit money into my bank. But also, here's the catch, was like they were wanting me to set up a new bank account that like they have access to and they can pull my money out or put money in, depending on whatever they need to use it for. Like if it was like a project and they needed to take a cutout, or if they were, because they were gonna pay. Okay, so you know how like at a restaurant you get paid in like tips as a group.
Yeah.
That's how it was gonna go. But because I was gonna be the main girl, they wanted me to have the main bank account that all the money goes into, and they're gonna pull money out to pay the other members. And to pay for other projects.
That's a lot of trust.
I was like, that's gonna fuck my head up, because if I see we get 500 and then I'm left with 50, I'm gonna be like, where's the other 450?
Yeah.
So,
on top of that being under your name is a lot of responsibility. Like a whole bank account. That should be the company's thing to open that bank account.
Yeah, so if I were to get,
that's actually insane.
Things people need to look out for is like groups like that where like they're wanting you to carry load that they should be doing. You should never have to like do that stuff for them.
Yeah, I agree.
Or like the company that should not be named. If there is someone in that community sending people unsolicited jars or being really gross, and you have to warn the community 3 times, hey guys, knock this off. Probably best that you step up as the company and you get rid of that person being bad rather than letting the rest of the people deal with it.
Yikes.
I think that's something that people who audition should understand, is that like, look, when you're joining a VTube like group and stuff, or even a company, right? You should be paying attention as to the people who manage that, how they're treating the VTubers, even though they aren't talents yet. The way they treat new, like the potential people, potential members, it's going to tell you a lot about what's to expect when like what to expect when you finally join. Because I feel what was so interesting was that with my experience with my first one, or our experience with my first time, telling people and being like, look, I'm just trying to warn you that like I think this is weird, and the way they're going across this, if they're already treating people like this now, I can only imagine what's going to be like when they finally have members. And then look and behold, they don't have members. They didn't even get to pop off because they were disrespecting their own talent. And it's like, come on now, like if we're all adults here, then you should be able to pick up those signs. And I don't know. And I think it's kind of crazy. I understand that some people who are new to VTubing or who want to be part of something because they get scared and lonely being on their own, I still think that like there's a line that you should have for yourself on, know what, this is not for me. Because I was lonely. I noticed that I was way more motivated when I was in a group or when I had a really strong support system like you guys around me. But at the same time, I wasn't willing to put my own mental health in jeopardy for a group that I already saw wasn't in it for their talents. They were in it because they wanted themselves to be big. They wanted themselves to have a name. They weren't in it for the right reasons. And for that, I'm out. Shark Tank.
Peace sign, I'm out.
I was like, Shark Tank, and for that, I'm out.
Yeah, I agree. Especially, I want to say with agencies, there's a lot more paperwork that goes into it, so you have to be very wary about things like that. But with random like indie VTuber groups as well that are like more on the casual side, I feel like there's a lot more that could go wrong, considering that things are, I would say, they tend to be a bit more unprofessional in terms of management, in terms of like auditioning in general. You really have to look out, like for those of you who audition for groups and other agencies, you really have to look out for what you think is going to be a good fit for you, if you think they're professional or not. Because I believe by like looking at like social medias or like their promotional video of like audition now for this agency, or like, you know, like the kind of things that they like that they post on their Twitter, etc., you can really, I guess, get a good grasp of how professional they are, how serious they are about making this work. So I want to say just keep an eye out for those kinds of things if you plan on auditioning for VTuber groups, agencies. Just keep yourself safe as well. Don't like sacrifice yourself or your content for something you think won't be successful, that doesn't look promising at all. Like if you see some sketchy agency with like no promotional posts about them, literally just audition posts, that's it, nothing else, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, that and like honestly, dang it, I had something that I was gonna say and I already lost it as soon as I opened my mouth.
Oh God.
Well, okay, to play off of what you were saying, like, like it just sucks because the way that they get those people is they offer you like, oh, we'll give you a model.
Oh yeah, the model. They dangle
We'll
the
get you
model.
That's
their
what
editors.
I was gonna say. Yeah, what I was gonna say is that to bounce off of what Abby just said, because I was gonna say that, but a different thing was that just because you join a group or an agency doesn't mean that you're going to go big, you're going to pop off either. And I say that because with the people that we have met along the way, we have seen people who are in it in the hopes that, oh yeah, I'm gonna go big, they're gonna help me, they're gonna do this for me, etc., etc. Okay, but that doesn't always mean that it's a good thing that they're going to be able to do all of these things for you. And on top of that, that you're going to go big. Like, it's still on you to still make that effort. And like I said, it still goes even if you're in a company, because I know that we've seen some companies that aren't great and they end up shutting down or whatever. And and it really sucks because their talents probably had potential. Too. Yeah, and their talents probably had potential. Would I ever know that? No, because it didn't work out.
They wasted their time. They really did.
Yeah, and so I think that's why I say people as a VTuber should have a line that they're willing to end up saying, okay, if that group or that agency crosses it, yeah, that's it. Don't give them another chance to mess up, because they will do it again.
Because there's plenty of them to audition to too. Like, don't waste your time sticking around just to wait.
Auditions happen like every day. Like
yeah.
There's always at least one open throughout the year.
That, and the more you stream, coming from me, who is my stream is always so like, when I stream, it's kind of all over the place. Like, you will eventually find, you eventually will find your right people for sure. So even if you don't like get into a group or an agency, please know that there is a group out there. They're just trying to find you, and they're taking a little bit longer to find you. I swear.
Yeah,
like it took me 3, probably took you guys 2?
Yeah.
So
yeah. 2 years.
Yeah, and so like I just think that like even if it doesn't work out, like know that your people are out there somewhere. They're just taking a little bit longer to look for you. And I just want to say that, and I don't know if that's ending that note or not, but like, yeah, have a line.
Yeah, I agree.
But
yeah, like when it comes to like VTuber groups or agencies, sometimes when they look for people for like a gen or like a new wave for the agency or group, sometimes it's not really like, sometimes someone could be perfect for the spot, right? But sometimes your image is just not the image they're looking for in their group. And sometimes like it's not even because like you know, like because of anything else. It's literally just your vibe, you know what I mean? So like I want to say, don't get like discouraged about that kind of stuff, because sometimes it's just like a time or place kind of thing. Like you're just not what they're looking for in the moment, but it may be like a year or two down the road you might be, you know what I mean? So don't get discouraged about that kind of stuff, because yeah,
and as a small VTuber, I would say like try not to be so hesitant of auditioning, even if it's a big one, because and I still do this. I can't say I don't. I still do it, but it ends up getting those people, companies, and VTuber groups to actually pay attention to you, because what if, lo and behold, like what you have is what they're looking for, but they want you to get some like experience first as an indie before they decide like to put you on. And eventually, like, who knows, they are probably eventually wanting to add you into the mix, but they want you to kind of get that experience, and that is okay. And I will say from that experience, I think that sometimes, even though I really want to join like a group or a company and quit my day job, I tell myself, you know what, technically I still like need more practice in certain areas as a VTuber, that I still haven't like really felt like I'm ready. and so like just know that is okay. It helps with the experience, because I think this time around I've learned how to edit my intros videos compared to like when I first started.
No, I agree.
And I noticed I'm way different. If I still had my other footage, I would say that like you could definitely hear the lack of confidence as well as the new to auditioning voice in there, compared to current time.
Oh my god, can we talk about like our old audition videos versus now? Because oh my god. Oh my god.
I was just mention how another good tip is something that this bitch in the middle does. This bitch will randomly practice auditioning.
What do you mean?
Like a new like audition tape.
Kind
of like format. And like that is such a good idea. Like to just keep practicing it on the low. And like adding in new things, updating it to make sure that it's on part of what you do now. Because like I just go in like free balls, like free balls, like, no editing. It's all out there. If you like me, like me.
I do a mixture of both. I raw dog it, like I don't practice, I don't write anything down, but then I've never shared this, but I technically don't even like it until maybe the 20th take.
Oh my god, you keep redoing it?
No, if I take too many takes, like I will just not audition. Because I'll be like, I don't like it. Never mind.
No, I'll keep doing it because I'm like, no, there's a good one in there somewhere. It's because, you know why? Since I don't actually practice anything, I don't know, like, I'll start changing what I'm saying. So, like, say, for example, the first round, I'll say, oh, I'm so-and-so, and I'm an alebrije, whatever. And then my second take, because, again, I haven't practiced, I didn't write anything down, I'll say, oh, my name is Divie. I'm, like, a kooky little, and, like, I totally miss that I'm an alebrije. Like, I don't even have the same words anymore. And it's
no script?
I raw dog it, brother. But I raw dog it 20 times until I like it.
Oh shit, me next.
How do you guys feel about your old audition tapes?
God, my very first audition tape. So like, I didn't really know that much about VTubers, but I know that they had to be in character, right? So my very first audition tape I sent into an agency, I was like in full RP, like like I was pretending to be like some like I had like a different set name. I had like a whole lore to it, and I was just straight up like acting like I was actually voice acting. Amen.
Amen.
Yeah, but I was just like full on RPing, and I had like nothing else to go off of. But now like I want to say it's a bit more natural when I record things. I think it's just because like I'm like whenever I make a mistake, I'm always like, I'll edit it out kind of deal.
Well, I wish the companies would tell me, like, do you want me to roleplay or do you want me to talk to you normally?
Yeah.
Because I can do both, but what are you looking for? That's also another thing. I think companies need to be more clear with what they want.
Yeah.
Don't force 1,000 of us hosts to just blankly shoot at the sky and see which one of us lands.
Yeah. No, I agree. Because, I want to say nowadays, like, because like all agencies want something different, because like it really depends on what they're looking for. Like sometimes they want like voice actors, so like
You hear my dogs in the background.
Yeah. Woof. But yeah, like back then I didn't really know what they wanted, but now you see like these other like people talking about like audition tips and whatnot. They're like, okay, for audition videos you should probably talk about yourself, then talk about your content, what are you gonna bring to the agency, maybe some things of your talents. Like if you're good at video editing, then you should probably edit your video. If you're good at singing or rapping, add a clip of that in there. You know, like if you're good at game commentary, add that. If you do ASMR, add that. What are your numbers? Maybe that's a bit enticing, add that as well. Or like something else. Right? It's like back then I really just RP'd. And then like back then I really just role played for 5 minutes straight, but now with all these things, it's just like, oh shoot, now I have to include all these in my video because apparently they want this. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's tough out there.
To branch off of what you just said, like, you know, listing all those things that you're good at and like your talents and like describing yourself. I think if you want to get like good answers for those, I think you should sit down with your friends and be like, okay, answer these for me, but like what you would say about me. Because I feel like it's always so hard to like, if someone's like, oh, what are you like? I'm like, well, I think I'm a bitch, but everyone keeps telling me I'm nice. So am I nice?
Yeah.
Oh,
But
God.
so I think that can help too. Like get other people's perspectives on you to help you answer those questions.
Yeah. Because like, you know, auditioning in a way, like you learn a lot about yourself as well.
Yeah.
Because it kind of forces you to self-reflect, like, where do I want to go with my content? What kind of niches am I aiming? Like, what kind of viewers do I want to bring to my stream? It makes you kind of think about those kinds of things, which kind of help in long term of building your community and building your content as well. So that's why I say, like, auditions aren't like just get in kind of deal. It's like you also learn a lot about yourself and your streams. So
I will say, like, what I learned with my auditions from my first to now is that I actually watched multiple times the one now to make sure if I liked it, you know, editing it. I listened to myself and I didn't find myself like cringing. I think I cringed when I was with you guys because I have somebody actually like listening with me, but but I wasn't doing that to myself when I was alone. Whereas like whereas like when I remember first doing my audition videos, I couldn't listen to myself. I didn't even want to look at it. So like if it was bad, I don't even care if I'm going to edit it out because I was like, I don't want to look at it. They get what they get. That's it. Like calling it a day.
Yeah.
Name of the company that showed me.
Right?
Gave them a video when I woke up.
Dude, you should have, when I was doing this one around, because I was like, oh, I need to show them how I can do like different voice ranges and like maybe put some accents in there because I do practice that when I stream, like, even though it's for fun.
Shoot.
I want to take it seriously. So I actually, what I did was all of those 20 takes that I had done, I actually listened. Okay, is that too low? Okay, no, it needs to go deeper. Oh, is this good? No, it starts changing into this kind of accent. I need to fix it. I need to change it up. You know, like I actually sat there listening to myself and I was like, oh, okay. Oh my God, I like myself.
Yeah, feeling yourself for real.
Look, I'm in the train right now this month where I'm confident in myself. I'm trying to like keep that going.
Yeah, let's keep it like that.
Yeah.
Also, just to help us move on to like I think the last one, like pros and cons of staying indie. I was gonna do like a quick little synopsis of the advice that we all gave.
Yeah.
You want me to just read that off right now before we transition?
Yeah.
Okay. So some of the tips that we gave you were how they handle disciplining other people in that community, which also led into a point that Divie made, which was pay attention to how the company treats others before they have a gen, if auditioning, because it's early signs of how they may treat your generation. Please pay attention to whether they're in it for the right reasons or if they're being selfish. Be cautious. A lot can go wrong with indie companies. They can be unprofessional with auditions and management. Be on the lookout for what fits to you and if it's the level of professionalism that you need. Don't let them dangle those benefits of a model, an editor, or management over you if you're sacrificing your content or yourself. Keep auditioning. Don't settle for less. Keep going. Make sure that you have a line of boundaries that you don't want them to cross at all. And then practice. Don't give up.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. Period.
Yeah.
Period. Pop off, queen.
Okay, do you want to start with pros or cons of staying indie?
Ooh. We could do cons first.
That was pros and cons for being a VTuber or being indie VTuber?
No, those were just notes of everything that we talked about before
like
then.
Audition advice.
Okay.
Yeah.
For auditioning.
Okay, so since Ebbie did that,
now we're on pros and cons of staying indie.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, since Ebbie did that, do you want to do like one lay and then I could do the other? Like, I guess like the cons of staying indie, and then you could do pros.
Sure. Yeah, we could talk about it.
Okay. Okay. So I guess the cons from everything I can remember, and you guys can definitely chime in. Of staying indie is like the the having to do like certain things on your own, like branching yourself out and promoting yourself, as well as because you don't have a company, sometimes you're kind of in this space where you're going to meet groups of people that may not be nice or have the best intentions, which makes things tough. Also, you're going to have where, because you're indie, trying to find people who can help, like, editors, mods, things like that, and that comes with the territory of them probably kind of a little bit walking over you. And cons being like you have to pretty much support yourself on all the tools, all of the assets, the essentials that you need being a VTuber, which tends to be a lot of money coming out of your own pocket, that you kind of essentially don't have at the given time. Is there anything else that you guys feel could be a con that we maybe didn't talk about?
You have any wanna?
Cons of staying indie. You don't have that. Okay, so if we're talking like indie to corporate, you don't have the financial bed, like, comfort. You don't have that luxury of just being able to like fuck it up and do whatever you want. Do a random new idea and spend a bunch of money on it, and it, like, if it doesn't do well, oh well. Like indie, it's like you work with what you have, and you have to make sure like you're doing your best 24/7, and that it at least hits somewhat.
To bounce off of that, because I've been looking at a few, don't ask me why, I've been looking at a few people who do like video, like make animations and all that, and some people only work with companies, and so that is also a con of being an indie VTuber, because even though, for one, like we just talked about, you have to fork out your own pocket money, which sometimes you don't have. You can't even be spoken to unless you have some type of name that's going to support you, that can talk like a PR aspect, and that is a whole nother or wait, why does it like a manager, you crazy. So like that is like a con of being indie, is that there are some people that will not talk to you or work with you if you don't have a company for them.
Yeah, I agree, because like there's like a lot of like artists and riggers out there who don't really find it beneficial to put on their portfolio that they worked with like a indie VTuber versus the agency one, unless they're like huge already, right? They like exclusively work with companies, and that like it shuts the door for like a lot of content creators out there to want to work with certain people, right? So it kind of sugmas.
It does.
Yeah.
Okay, the pros.
Pros of joining a company and agency. There's a lot. I would say like big one would be having a team, having management, being able to help with your content, time things, and kind of plan things out for you. Another big one is money, cash money. They're able to fund things like lore videos, like huge collabs, charity events, you know, on top of editing for you and having a model fully funded, your debut fully funded, cover songs, any kind of ambitious kind of side content that you want to do, fully funded. I would like to assume. But yeah, it opens a lot of doors in terms of content endeavors. Yeah, it opens a lot of doors for content because you have a lot more support backing you that you would not be able to do if you were by yourself. Because I would say like things like charity events and like, you know, like really big subathons and like etc. Like those kinds of events are like more harder to pull if you're by yourself kind of deal. I mean, people still do them, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, did we mention how like joining like those groups or those companies kind of already gives you a platform?
Oh yeah, your name is instantly put out there.
You're instantly out there. You instantly have an audience waiting for you because that company has like diehard fans. Like, yeah, it's instant success.
Yeah,
I will say
suddenly
though,
comfortable with money.
The pros, though, all in all, the pro there is the amount of freedom, putting it all together. And this is because I've never been in a company, right? So from what I see, those who have been in companies and what they tell everybody is the amount of freedom as an indie that you get. Like you said, fully funded in the sense that you could do whatever you want. Your company says, oh, you can't stream this, honey. When you're an indie, you can stream whatever the fuck you want. You have a really cool idea, girl, go ahead and do it, boo. Like, who's stopping you? Just yourself. Like, you know, money wise, you get
do whatever
more.
You want.
Yeah, and then money wise, you get more in your pocket that you get to save than if you're in a company. I know that I've seen a lot of people, whether it's accurate or not, right? But when you're in a company, I've seen people do the math of how much has to be taken out until you finally get to see a percentage of that. And I will tell you, it's hard. That looks rough to be able to see how much people who are in a company actually get back after all the money that people have like put in for the day. And it's like, damn. And then so you're basically having to see everybody as competition because you had to be up there to get more people to want to fork more money so that you can get more, because that is your means of like surviving and living and stuff like that. And so if you're indie, in my opinion, this is just me, I don't see people as competition because I don't have to sit there and be like, oh my God, I have to get all this money because my company takes all this portion and I only get this small amount, etc.
Yeah.
And so I think, so I think that like it's all in all, just like the amount of freedom is great when you're being an indie.
I think my final note for this would be like, if you're someone creative, it kind of ties back into the advice we gave earlier to make sure that you're looking at groups that fit to you. Because if you're someone who's creative and very artistic and you want to do all these things and have freedom with your content, you need to find a group that fits you for that.
Now,
if you're someone who doesn't care and you want someone to just baby girl, baby boy you and like kind of decide it all for you, brain rot, then you're fine with pretty much almost any group. You just need to make sure it's a good one and not a fucking bad one.
Yeah.
I'm in that category. I don't care if you make my own content for me. Thank God I don't have to think about that.
I think that's a really good advice, because I remember Epi, when you and I had that conversation, and I know that we talked about how like I was like, yeah, I have all these great ideas, and I like want to do so much, especially for this group. And I think that if like we were in a company, it would be so hard to be able to say that. Like I could say it, but I probably wouldn't be able to do it, as opposed to like if I was like, oh yeah, bitch, tell me what I gotta do. I don't give a shit. But I am like way too like in my head of like, oh, I want to do this and do that. I know it's not gonna happen this year, but we're gonna get it done. Like I can't just sit there and do that. I can't say that if I was in a company.
Yeah. Do you guys have any final closing thoughts? Sorry, Ley was looking at me.
Ley was. I saw them. I saw both of you bitches looking. Every time I talk, it's like you guys are gonna make out right in front of me too. It's crazy.
But yeah, closing thoughts about auditioning and for agencies. I would say totally go for it, but just know what you're looking for. Know what kind of like. Know what you want. Basically, know your content and know what you want to do with it. Because, there'll be a lot of shit out there.
Yeah, and to wrap up, mine would be, as you can tell, every experience in the VTubing world is different. There's 3 of us, and every one of us has had a different experience, both positive and negative, as well as like I think like for Ley, pretty much neutral. And so I think that like even though we're giving that advice, yours may not turn out like one of us head to toe completely. So I think that would be my closing statement, is that don't be afraid to still go out there and experience the VTubing community in the world. Each experience is different, and I think it's one to kind of take that journey and explore.
Yeah. I wouldn't know as much about like auditioning and VTubing and agencies and all that stuff if I didn't try it out myself. So, you know, you really got to experience it for yourself to know what you want and to learn that for yourself. Nodders.
Okay. I think that's a wrap on our first episode.
Yeah.
I love you bitches. Peace out, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching AuRoaring Radio episode 1. We are going to film them. Actually, do we have a proper
You will
schedule?
probably see us. Probably we'll be doing twice a month. So stay tuned. We'll also be posting more things. So we can't always do a podcast like every day or every week, but we probably will be doing it twice a month. So stay tuned. It's still kind of up in the air. But we'll let you guys know.
Yeah.
Does that help?
And for yes, it does. And for podcast episodes, all 3 of us might not always be here. It might be 2 of us. Like switching between the members. We might have guests in the future as well. So you guys can look out for that. It's gonna be lots of fun. Let us know topics you guys want us to talk about, because we need help.
And for YouTube, if you did find this interesting and you want to hear more, please like, share, and subscribe. It really helps us out. And leave a comment of your experience. And if you haven't had an experience, something that like you found very interesting about what we talked about that you didn't even know.
Yeah. We'd love to know your audition experience too. If you guys have auditioned for groups or agencies before, always open to more stories. But the Auroraelis YouTube channel, this is probably going to be the first video uploaded on there. So I hope you guys can support it. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you guys.
Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.